connected together?
It's a facts and Pushkar, it's a facts and statistics collected together. Yes, absolutely right. Anything else? Anyone like to add?
The smallest unit of any information.
Knowledge and information.
This
Okay.
smallest unit of any information.
Smallest unit of an information. Um, okay, we'll get the difference between data and information.
The
Anyone else?
data is just raw materials that are randomly there. It does not have any specific meaning or anything, unlike information which is processed.
Okay, okay, yes. So I'm happy that most of you are known about the definitions of these two. We'll just polish that definition and try to understand in terms of this particular subject. That is, what is data? Data is the raw fact, but it must have a legitimate or valid source. Raw fact collected from a valid or legitimate or genuine source, okay, is called as data. This can be anything. This can be your name, this can be your date of birth, this can be your marks, this can be a vehicle number, this can be a car number, route number. It can be anything, but it's a raw fact which exists and it has a source, a legitimate source, a valid source. Then only it is useful. Otherwise, if it is not a legitimate source, the data may not be useful because it will lead you somewhere else. So these are the raw facts, and generally these are connected to the real world aspects, real world entities, rather we'll say. We'll come to that. What do you mean by entity? So it's a real world raw facts which are collected from some legitimate source or some valid source. Okay, and most importantly, it can be recorded, because what are all efforts we are taking right now are only towards recording of data. And data is everywhere. Data is continuously getting generated. So what are these raw facts and how they can be recorded? That will be our main discussion in the entire subject. Okay, and this raw facts maybe a text, maybe a number, a value, maybe some images, maybe some videos, maybe some audios. It can be anything which is getting generated and continuously uh, getting accessed is data. Okay, and data is continuously generated. Any person, you and me, with us, numerous amount of or huge amount of data is associated, right from my Aadhaar card, my birth certificate, my school records, my college records, some employee records, salary records, any contribution. So all these records will be continuously generated. Even the data associated with me is the data which I am generating. I am generating on Facebook, Instagram, social, any kind of social media for that matter. I am posting something, I am writing something, that is also a data. That is also getting recorded somewhere. And this is wonderful understanding of this data getting generated is being done in the fields of business analytics or data mining or data warehousing kind of things, big data and all. That we'll see in the coming lectures. But right now, data can be anything which can be generated. It can be it is a raw fact in any of this format: text, numbers, images, videos, or audios. But it must have a legitimate source. What do you mean by a legitimate source? That means if I am talking, if I am asking a name to a person and he is telling me the name, that name is the data for me and a person is the source for that. So I need to believe him that he knows his name. Or the day I was born, I never knew, I was not knowing how to read a calendar, but it was told by my mother or a doctor that this was your date of birth, or my birth certificate is having that mentioned. This is my date of birth. So that birth certificate, that doctor or my parents become a legitimate source for the raw fact that I was born on that day. Okay, so these are the so we need to have a legitimate source for that data. Why I am continuously saying that? Because we are going to construct a database management system and which works on a valid data and which is going to give some output. Now we'll try to data is a plural word. Singularly it is called as datum, datum. Okay, data is a plural word. Even though I have written is what is data, it should be what are data, because data is a plural word. But in we are habituated to use that particular word in such a way that we are treating that data as a singular word. But data is actually a collection of raw facts. And then what is the difference between this data, information, and knowledge? So data are the raw fact. I'll give you an example as um, same example we'll take. Date of birth. Date of birth is a raw fact. It happened that day and we have just recorded it. Okay, a person is born on that particular day and we have recorded that. That is a raw fact. But when we try to process that raw fact, when we process that data, we gain information. What is information? Information is a meaningful or processed data. I deduct the birth date of a person from the current date and I get to know the age of that person. So age will be a information. For this particular example, data, birth date is your data, information is the age of that person. And from because we have processed that data and we have gained certain information, and that information should be meaningful. Okay, so data and information. And third thing is knowledge, which is actually recalled from the information, or we gain that knowledge from the information. If the person is 18 and above, he is eligible for voting, is my knowledge. He is eligible for voting is my knowledge, not necessarily he is voting or he is participating in the process of voting, right? But my knowledge is if the person is grown 18, he will be able to vote for the elections. So these are the very hairline differences between data, information, and knowledge. But sometimes hairline differences I am saying because sometimes data and information get mixed up. Get mixed up means a data for one person may be a information for other person. Like I can say, I'm accessing Amazon. Okay, huge number of products are available there. Huge number of information with those products is also information is available. If I'm clicking on one product, I get what is the price of that, who are the sellers, what are the features of that, how many people have given the reviews, everything with one product. Okay, with every product you have that data. When I try to access Amazon and I'm opening that home page, all are data for me. All are data for me. But if I'm looking for particularly to buy a mobile of say 128 GB or 64 GB or say 12 megapixel, 13 megapixel, 64 megapixel. So at that time, I'll put that option in the search box and I will now get the data which is of my interest. Okay, I am just putting in search mobile with 64 megapixel camera. That I am putting, and it will now display in front of me the mobiles of different companies, different brands which have 64 megapixel camera. Now this consolidated data is my information. Rest of the data is not meaningful for me. This data about the mobile brands of 64 megapixel camera is my information. Okay, getting me? So this is a hairline difference between data and information. Data is present, data is everywhere, but unless and until it is meaningful to the user, it doesn't become an information. Are you understanding me? Okay, so these are the two things we need to always take care of. Like rest, all the things which are available on Amazon are right now data for me, because they are right now not meaningful for me. But in the next instance, it may be meaningful for me. Or whatever is information for me may be a data for other person who is searching for, say, Adidas shoes. He is searching for the Adidas shoes, and that information regarding the shoes is that data regarding the shoes is information for him. Data regarding mobile is information for me. So my information is data for him, and his information is data for me. Okay, so information is the data which is meaningful to me, and knowledge is gained. We cannot count knowledge, we cannot restrict gaining of knowledge. We can just provide information, but the interpretation and gaining of knowledge is totally personal. That means the person is going to interpret that information as per his convenience, and he can, what I can say, interpret the way he want, and he can gain any kind of knowledge from the information he wants. Okay, so that is a personal thing. So we are not actually formalizing knowledge in any pattern, we are formalizing only data. Okay, is that clear? Anyone want to ask something, or shall we proceed? You can put your questions in the chat box also, if you are having any. So shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is data. This is about data. Then what is DBMS? Or not DBMS, we'll not go for DBMS first. What is database then? Okay. Now, collection of related data. Rather, I will say interrelated data. Collection of related data is the database. Now, let us say that we have a huge amount of data available. So I have a information called as 25 years. Okay, I have a information called as make or brand. Okay, I have an information called as category. Okay, so here what I can understand is 25 years must be, to my understanding, must be an age of a person. Make, if I'm talking about, that means it must be a make or model or brand of a car. And if I'm taking category, category may be a category of product or category of food. It's something like that. So this first, all these three data are valid. Okay, this is giving information about age of a person, this is giving information about make of a car and category of a food. These all three data are correct, but these data are not related to each other. Okay, that means these three together cannot form a database. Okay, I'm talking about collection of related data or interrelated data. That means we are that time focusing on an organization or a single object. I can single a living or non-living object. That means instead of with 25 years, I have name of that person, I have address of that person. Okay, let us say that I have phone number of that person.
Sir, I think these three data can be related to each other, because in
Yes.
the world of data, sir, 25 years and make of car and category of food can be used in the restaurants for analyzing the person.
Yes, yes. I am not talking about analyzing right now. I'm talking about forming a basic database. Okay. Then how you can,
Relatable.
right?
It can be relatable, sir.
They can, yes, they can be relatable in case if I am analyzing it. At the time of analysis, I am not actually relating the data, but I am finding a association between them. Okay, is there any association? Like I'll give you an example. Most of the time we search something on Amazon and then we go back to Facebook and I get an advertisement of that in my Facebook page. Whatever I have recently searched, I get the advertisement of that in my Facebook page. That is, we are creating a association among these two, the person and the product, depending on his surfing behavior. That is a part of analysis or analytics is used for that purpose. Right now, I'm talking about construction of a basic database. Okay. So basic database जब मुझे बनाना पड़ता है, तो that time we'll be focusing on a particular organization or particular object. Okay, and then we'll create a database, and then several database can be are created, and then they are related together to get a association or some analysis of it. Okay, so shall I proceed, Rishi?
Yes, sir. But that is a minor difference which can be come, which the example you gave can be come under related data. That's what I feel.
Okay, can you elaborate that? Means let my confusion be avoided. How you can relate these three?
Sir, if a hotel maintains a database for itself, and it uses this data as a by identifying a person through camera or something, it is recording all the things, and it is making a relation that in on which days it can make, means it can be. So,
No, this just I'll tell you. This is. Do you agree with me that I am making this 25 years as the age of a person? Okay.
yes,
Can I consider 25 years as the age of a person?
yes, sir.
Fine. So I am talking about a person. I am talking about a person who is having age 25. Can I say what make that person is, or what category of that person, what category that person is? What is the brand of that person? What is the make of that person?
Person, you asked about that car, make of a car, you said,
Okay.
and category of food.
So how a make of a car and category of food can come in one table?
The parking lot assign means, yes, that can be somewhat clear. Yes.
Okay, we'll take your example, Rishi. Right now, Rishi is one person who is aging around 18, 19 of age and say staying in Nagpur. Okay, I can describe Rishi in that way. Rishi is a person of 20 age and he is living in Nagpur. Can I describe Rishi in that way?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Rishi owns a bike of say make Honda, and its capacity is say 200 cc. Right? Is that a way I can describe a bike?
Yeah, of course.
I can describe a bike with its make, its age, its RTU number, and its cc.
Yes.
Now, Rishi is a person. There is a bike. Rishi owns a bike is an association among these two. Am I right? These two real world objects.
Yes.
Right? So, but first of all, I need to know everything about Rishi. I need to know everything, not everything, whatever is in related to me. I need to know information about Rishi. I need to know information about bike, and I need to confirm that Rishi owns this bike. Right?
That cannot be. That is difficult. And that is.
That's the association you are talking about. Right now, I am talking about describing Rishi properly and describing the bike properly. Are you understanding me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right now we are discussing a very basic unit of it. Fine.
Okay.
Then we'll come to the associations of it. Fine. Anyone else have any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Enosh.
Sir, do all data needs to be stored in a database?
Yes, we need to store those. We'll come to that. Just wait for a moment. I am at a basic thing. I'll let you know.
Yes.
So now, when I am talking about these three entities, I am coming back to the discussion when Rishi raised a question before that. I have three different data. I have age, I have a make given, I have a category given. I'll particularly write it as sedan as a car make, and category of food is grains. Okay. So 25 years is the age of a person. Sedan is a type of make of a car, and grains is a category of food. Right now, these all cannot describe or are associated with one entity or one object. Even though this is a data, this may be related with some or the other entity, but all three are not related to only one entity. Okay. But when I go for 25 years, name, address, and phone number, probably this will describe or this will be associated with one object, one real world object. I can say it as person, employee, student, whatever. Okay, this is associated with one person. That means the data, that is age, name, address, and phone number are, I can say they can be associated with one object. That object is a living real world object, person. That person can be described with his name, his age, his address, and his phone number. Okay, so this is related data. This is called as interrelated data. Okay, likewise I can say that I can describe a car that way. Okay, model, number, matlab RC number. I can describe that, owner, make, company. I can have whatever I have. So this will be another database which is describing another object. This is describing person, this is describing vehicle. Okay. Likewise, I can describe a student, I can describe an employee, I can describe a car, I can describe a bike, I can describe an aeroplane, I can describe a route, bus route, I can describe a hotel, I can describe a hotel menu. Likewise, but when I describe something, I must be focused towards that particular real world object or that particular organization. Okay, then only I'll say I'll find out all the data which is participating or related to that particular organization or that particular person. Okay, if I'm talking about a person, he has a name, he has parents' name, he has an address, he has age, he has spouse, he has children, he has a job, he's working for a company, he has a designation, he has a salary, he has an Aadhaar number, he has a passport number, he has a travel history, he has his height, he has his weight, he has his color, he has his iris information. So much or a huge amount of data is associated with a person. Okay, but again, while designing a database, I need to be very clear what information is needed for my purpose. Enosh, I am answering your question now. Now, even though with a person there are 40, 50, hundreds of different properties, different informations associated with. I am creating a database for a particular purpose, so I need to pick up only the information which is needed to, only the data which is needed for my purpose. If I don't have anything to do with his job details, I will not store them. Like in Aadhaar card, your job details are not stored. But when you go for a job, rarely they will ask you what is your height and what is your weight, unless and until that is related to that particular job. You are going for a normal job, a civil job, then you will not be asked with height, weight, and all purpose. But if you are going for a military job, you will be definitely asked with the height, weight, and your physical details. So many things are associated with one particular object, but we are only focusing on the data which is meant for us. Okay, that is what collection of real world data, and it must represent some real world entity, and it must maintain association among the data. Now I will come to the association part. Just now I said we create a database focusing a real world entity or an object, or focusing an organization. So if I want to store information about a college, in college we have different people. Okay, we have teaching staff, we have non-teaching staff, we have students. Different people we have in the college. So at that moment, we arrange all these entities in a separate thing. You take admission in the college, and your data is taken in the admission section. That data is forwarded to the fees section, library section, scholarship section, departments. Okay, department keep your information. The department has nothing to do with what books you are issuing, what fees you have paid, whether you are coming by bus or you are staying in hostel. Department has nothing to do with that. Department just keeps your UID, your name, your parents' name, your parents' phone number, your phone number. That information is needed for me. Okay. Same if it is library. Library has nothing to do with your marks and all. How many marks you are scoring in what exam. Library will take your information about your name, your BT ID, how many books you have issued, which books you have issued. Okay. So when we are talking about one organization, we need to segregate the data of the person and distribute it among various departments. These departments are associated with each other, but functioning independently. And the college or organization also stores information about the teaching staff, because, and then when it comes to the department, we allot teaching staff to allot a particular subject to particular group of students, right? So student information is different, subject information is different, and teacher information is different. But right now in our class also, Manish Gurde is teaching DBMS to 6th semester CE student, right? I can find out 6th semester student, who are they? I can find out what is the DBMS syllabus, what is the scope, maximum marks, what are the number of lectures allotted for that. And I can also get the details of Manish Gurde, personal details of Manish Gurde separately. These three things are separately maintained, but they are associated right now at this moment. At this instance, these three things are associated, that I am teaching you DBMS. I am teaching DBMS subject to the class 6 MC. Whereas 6 MC, every student is a separate entity, which are described in number of ways. But for me right now, only your name is enough or your roll number is enough that you have attended the class or not. That database I am using right now. So I don't need, right now I am not worried where you store, whether you stay in hostel or whether right now you are in hometown or you are in Nagpur or in hostel. But when we talk about database as a whole, entire organization is taken care of. There are number of real world objects present in an organization. All those will be described as per the need of access. Not all information will be stored, only related information will be stored, and all these will be put together and will be working together to manage it properly. जैसे एक रियल वर्ल्ड में होता है, आप स्टूडेंट है, हम टीचर्स है, कुछ नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ हमारे साथ है, कुछ मैनेजमेंट हमारे साथ है, ये सारे अलग अलग तरीके के एंटिटी एक साथ आ रहे हैं और वो इस कॉलेज को पूरी तरह से चला रहे हैं द वे इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड. तो डेटाबेस को भी हमें वैसे ही करना है. वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट the entities which are taking care of or participating in the activities of the college, and those will be stored. Those entities will go on generating the data, and every other entity is going to access that generated data as per its need. ठीक है, आप एडमिशन देते हो, आप कई सारे एग्जाम्स देते हो, आप कई सारे इवेंट्स में पार्टिसिपेट करते हो, उसके सर्टिफिकेट्स मिलते हैं, आप टीएनपी के लिए पार्टिसिपेट करते हो, आप लाइब्रेरी में बुक्स इशू करते हो, आप हॉस्टल में रहते हो तो उसकी फैसिलिटीज यूज करते हो. सो ऑल डेटा इज जनरेटेड बाय अ स्टूडेंट, बट डिपार्टमेंट इज गोइंग टू टेक ओनली द डेटा विच इज एकेडमिक रिलेटेड. और teacher, as a teacher, I'll be just bothered about what are your scores in DBMS. I'll be least bothered about your scores in other subjects, right? तो आप डेटा जनरेट करते जा रहे हो, मुझे जितना डेटा चाहिए मैं उसमें एक्सेस कर रहा हूँ, किसी और को जितना डेटा चाहिए उसमें एक्सेस कर रहा है. दिस इज द एसोसिएशन वी आर बिल्डिंग among various different entities in an organization. Okay, thus a database is created. Thus these associations are maintained among the data. Okay, so is it clear or any doubt? No doubt. Shall we proceed? Now, what is beauty of this data or database? अब ये फ्लिपकार्ट, अमेजॉन, मिंत्रा और बहुत सारी वेबसाइट्स है, कई सारी दुनिया भर के प्रोडक्ट्स वो बेचते हैं. Do they have any of their manufacturing plants? Yes or no? Do you know that?
No, sir.
No, they don't
They
have
are
any
just middlemen who sell third parties product.
Exactly. डेटा का जो ब्यूटी है ये बहुत बढ़िया है. आप देखो ये डेटाबेस का, ये डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम का, Amazon doesn't own any production unit. Secondly, it doesn't buy the product from someone and deliver it to you on a commission basis, right? It just takes your order and forward it to the vendor. Vendor only delivers it. To some extent, they are having their go downs and all so that the material can be dumped there for the ease of access. But जैसे बाकी शॉप्स में होता है कि जैसे कपड़े की दुकान है तो वो कपड़े की दुकान वाला होलसेलर से कपड़े लेके आता है, अपने दुकान में रखता है और फिर आपको बेचता है. तो वहां से वो 1000 रुपए की चीज लेके आता है, आपको 1200 में बेचता है. 100 rupees profit he makes, 100 rupees expenses he has for bringing that material, packing it, keeping it and all. Okay, so thus the shopkeeper need to buy the material, add his profit margin into that and then sell it. लेकिन कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि वो माल बिकता नहीं है तो उसके सर पे कूदा पड़ेगा, वो खराब हो जाता है, कोई नुकसान होता है तो उसको नुकसान बेयर करना पड़ता है. Amazon का वैसा कुछ नहीं है, फ्लिपकार्ट का, मिंत्रा का वैसा कुछ नहीं है. ये बंदे आपसे ऑर्डर लेते हैं और उसको बोलते हैं कि भैया तेरे को ऑर्डर पहुंचा देना है. उसकी लिस्ट ऑफ वेंडर्स भी रहती है, क्योंकि देयर यू कैन सी 3 offers with rupees 299, 4 offers with rupees 1099, likewise will be given. So those vendors are providing offers. You are ordering a product and the Amazon is just forwarding that request to the vendor, and it's vendor's responsibility to get your product delivered and give the after sale service. Or Ola, Uber, biggest taxi companies who doesn't own a single taxi. Doesn't own a single taxi. सिर्फ उसके भरोसे कर रहे हैं वो. आपसे रिक्वेस्ट लेते हैं और वो टैक्सी वाले को फॉरवर्ड कर देते हैं. And they are earning commission out of it. Right? So they are not bothering about it. So this, with only a strong database, they are right now top goers and right now earning in millions or billions. They are top companies in the world. Ola, Uber, Amazon, Flipkart. Okay, इस तरीके से डेटाबेस आपको आज की डेट में बहुत ज़्यादा मदद कर रहा है आपको ग्रो करने में, आपको एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिल्ड करने में और उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को रन करने में. ओके, सो दिस वी क्रिएट अ डेटाबेस फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड देन वी नीड अ डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम टू डू ऑल दीज फंक्शंस. Okay, because when I talk about some organization's database, I need to create it, I need to first think it, design it, create it, implement it, maintain it, manipulate it, access it, provide a proper access, and maintain it throughout. So we need a full-fledged system that is called as database management system, which is collection of interrelated data and set of programs to access the data. Not only access the data, create and manipulate the data also. Okay, so it's a set of interrelated data. This will focus on an organization. For that organization, what are the data needed that we are going to design, that database we are going to design, and we need to also write the programs or give a small code or give an application which will help that user to access that data. Okay, access that data. So it's a collection of interrelated data as well as the set of programs to access that data. Okay, and it contains the information about a particular enterprise, particular organization, and it provides an environment that is both convenient and efficient to use. How this will discuss only when we'll discuss about the difference between file system and DBMS. Okay, and need to be used only when dealing with large amount of data. जब हम लोग बड़े डेटा 5 या 10 एंट्रीज के लिए हम लोग डेटाबेस तैयार नहीं करेंगे, नहीं तो वो कंटेंट कम हो जाएंगे और हमारा तामझाम बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगा. So need to be used only when we are dealing with large amount of data. Okay, and what are the applications? Database is everywhere. Database is everywhere in your life. Okay, may it be banking, airlines, train reservation, bus reservations, universities, colleges, cells, manufacturing, human resources. Everywhere you have database in your life. Okay, the database is actually touches all aspects of your life. Okay. So this is just an introduction about data and database and why we are how we are going to manage that. But why we are switching to database, the question will be answered in next lecture when we'll discuss how file systems are disadvantageous in some cases and how the database management system came into picture and how it is making the life easy. That we'll see in the next lecture. This is but now my request is please go through the basic file concepts, means how a file is organized, how a file is accessed, and how a file is indexed. ये 3 क्वेश्चंस के आंसर. ओके, इन 3 क्वेश्चन के आंसर्स आपने अगले क्लास में आने से पहले आपने ढूंढ लेने हैं ताकि you will be more participative in the class. Okay, so that's all from my side today.